So tonight, we want to bring viewers as close to this devastating situation as we safely can. All right, so let's bring in... All right, so we're soon going to talk to NBC reporter Jennifer Bjorklund. She's been covering this fire all day for us down in Pacific Palisades, California. We've been seeing video from there all day. The winds are just blowing so heavily. All right, she's out there for us tonight. Jennifer, what's happening on the ground where you are right now?
It's still a very difficult situation. As you can see, the glow of the fire is still behind us in the hills, and we really thought at this point there wouldn't be anything left to burn. This is where the fire blew through, blasted down the mountain yesterday, and then last night, overnight, back up the hill it went and around. It is leaving nothing unburned, and the fire crews are chasing it down as best they can, but they don't have a lot of the support that they normally would just because of the sustained winds that we are seeing that have really not let up. They didn't lay down overnight like normally they do, where they can get in and start cutting lines and use the choppers. That didn't happen. The winds were the most intense overnight last night, and they're expected to pick up again tonight. So there hasn't been much of a break, and we aren't expecting too much of a break in a real way as far as the wind speed slowing down until the weekend.
So Jennifer, we know the winds are critical here. What's different about this fire? We're hearing it's burning downhill in some areas.
Yeah, it's really strange to see. Normally what you would have, as we're standing here, we're on Pacific Coast Highway in the Baywatch, beach, right where Sunset Boulevard meets PCH between Malibu and Santa Monica. This is usually the safe zone. The fires, they stay way up on the hills. They start up there, they burn uphill with the brush. Even if the wind is blowing down, that actually can kind of help, because it tends to turn the fire back onto the part that's burned, and then it burns itself out. That didn't happen. The wind was so strong, and for such an extended period of time, it just blasted that fire down the hill against the natural inclination of fire to follow the fuel upward and go to the top of the mountain. So as it came down the mountain, it was chasing those residents down yesterday, and you saw they could not get out quickly enough, which is why they abandoned their cars, and the cars had to be bulldozed by firefighting equipment, bulldozers, so the fire trucks could get back up the hill and start fighting that fire. So very unusual behavior. We have seen it before. It's the Santa Ana winds that blow the wrong way, but it usually just lasts for one afternoon. Overnight it changes direction and everything's fine. This has been 3 days of having it hammered, a night, a day, another day. It's been really, really rough on firefighters trying to get their arms around this fire and start digging some lines and containing this mess that's been happening up on the hillsides.
Yeah, it's unlike anything they've ever seen. What are you hearing from the community?
Oh, it's just a lot of fatigue, and what just happened within the last hour is a new fire in the Hollywood Hills. Now, a lot of people are just tired. We're tired. We've had smoke in our eyes for a couple of days, and we know that a lot of people might be sitting inside, maybe watching a little basketball. They've turned off the news. They just don't want to see it anymore. And now they're under evacuation orders, and people are coming door to door knocking because they aren't watching the news at the moment because it's just too much. So I think there's a little bit of fatigue. There are people who have evacuated once, gone to a safer area, and now they're being evacuated again to somewhere else because there are so many fires burning in this region. And even if you're not in the direct path of the flames, you're smelling smoke. If you have a smoke detector in your house, it's going off because there's so much smoke, just ambient smoke in the air. And the wind is so strong, it's blowing down trees and setting off car alarms all over the city. So it's noisy, it's smoky, it's a very uncomfortable time to be anywhere in Los Angeles this week.
Well, Jennifer, thank you for your reporting, and stay safe out there.